My name is Ana Lidia Necochea Lugo. I live on the land of the Luiseño and Cahuilla Mission Indians. These are not just names on a map. They're living nations with breath, memory, and ceremony. Necochea is Cahuilla land. It always has been. The Cahuilla are the stewards of this land. I speak today not just as someone honoring the original caretakers, but as a Native American standing and reclaiming firm on my ancestral homeland. I have every right to reclaim the name of my canyon, a name that some have tried to erase through paper genocide. Some of Jose Maria de Necochea and Ramona's descendants are Cahuilla Indians who reside in the Morongo Indian Reservation in Banning, California, who also support restoring the name back to Necochea. It's a matter of justice and honoring our heritage and stopping the paper genocide. Paper genocide's definition is a term used by academic and activist circles that address indigenous rights and identity. It's also recognized in legal, historical, and social political discussions. I see it as systemic erasure. I affirm that Necochea Canyon is truth and reject 𝒂𝒃𝒐𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 Canyon as rooted in lies. The name 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 Canyon is not a neutral label. It is a colonial imposition that erases indigenous, Mexican, and California histories and presence and perpetuates historical falsehoods. It honors a settler legacy that has no ancestral, ceremonial, or genealogical connection to the land. The 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 name was affixed through bureaucratic process that ignored indigenous voices and histories, replacing truth with convenience and domination. In contrast, Necochea Canyon is rooted in ancestral memory, genealogical evidence, and ceremonial affirmation. The name 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 Canyon is not a neutral label. It is a colonial imposition, like I just said. Necochea Canyon, it's not just a name. It is a reclamation of truth, a restoration of dignity, and a refusal to let our stories be overwritten. I say 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 Canyon is rooted in lies because it represents a system that silenced Mexican, indigenous, California people and replaced their truth with settler narratives. I say Necochea Canyon is truth because it arises from lived experiences, ancestral connection, and a commitment to justice. This is not just about correcting a name, it's about correcting history. 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 Canyon was brought to you by colonial clerical error, while Necochea Canyon was brought to you by ancestors who never stopped watching. 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 Canyon is brought to you by colonial clerical error, while Necochea Canyon is brought to you by ancestors who never stopped watching. The Necochea name is not speculative. It is a document. It appears in family records, oral histories, and ceremonial affirmations. My ancestors lived, worked, and prayed in this canyon and died. The 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 name, by contrast, is a settler overlay with no genealogical or ceremonial roots to this land. A canyon misnamed by settlers, now called back into truth. Necochea Canyon is not a proposal, it's a return. 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒚𝒐𝒏 Canyon was a name stitched by strangers unto the land they did not know, and a canyon renamed in the absence of ceremony, in the silence of stolen tongues. But Necochea is a name that breathes. It rises from the bones of my ancestors, from the laughter of my grandchildren, from the boots gifted by a friend of my father who still remembers the old roads. 𝒂𝒂💏 Canyon is truth because it never was forgotten. It was misnamed, yes, but never unloved.